Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jassy, your favorite coach, and in today's video we're gonna go over 5 bad habits that most table tennis players do, especially at beginners and intermediate. First bad habit is not moving your feet. And when I mean not moving, I actually mean not moving your feet at all. Right? Not moving at all. Having your feet as if you have 2 blocks on your feet. So moving your feet is one of the most important and essential things in this sport, as it might be in many other different sports. If you don't move, there's no way that you can get to the ball or even hit the ball. The consequences of not moving your feet can cause other bad habits, such as reaching to the ball and maybe hitting one of them but not the other one. And the other one is not recovering to the next ball. It will be just hitting one ball and not getting ready to hit the next ball. Today, I'm going to give you 3 tips that are going to help you develop better footwork. The first one is make sure that you're not standing on your heels, right? Instead, make sure you're always on your tippy toes, right? When you're moving, either practicing or playing match. This is something that we never pay attention to, but it's really important. Being in your tippy toes is gonna help you a lot with the reaction, and you're gonna move faster to the ball. You have quicker reaction moving side to side, or moving in to push the ball, or like switch to do a pivot movement. In general, being in your toes also gives you a lot more balance, and even your body, instead of being backwards, is gonna be more forward, which is gonna help you in general, like with your basic position. My second tip is that even if you don't like it, I know it might be sometimes difficult to do physical training outside of playing, but just give it a try. Try to do some physical, like footwork trainings before you come to the table to practice. You can do side to side movement. You can practice a lot of in and out, right? The pivots as well. Pivot and getting to the next ball. If you like going to the gym like me or doing any other physical sport, then you have a plus. That's awesome. My third tip is gonna be practice, right? If you know that you don't like moving during your matches, this is something that you need to start changing in your training. You have to be more aware of moving your feet, that you are constantly telling yourself, oh, I have to move, right? And even in the drills that you pick, that you choose, try to add some movement to these drills. And I'm very sure that this is gonna help your game. Our bad habit number 2 is going to be standing upright. I know it might be very frustrating when you hit one ball and your body automatically comes like up, right? This comes from like the consistency that you have or endurance on keeping your body lower at all times. So what I recommend is that you actually try to improve this during your training. It's just impossible to just do it in the match if you actually don't do it in the training. So what I will say is, when you're training, always ensure that your body is like standing low, right, during your drills. Another thing is recording yourself helps you a lot. Here you can see the inconsistency from coming up and down. Or you can also, as I used to have before, your partner to actually correct you and give your partner the confidence to tell him if you're standing up or if you are just hitting one ball and like not moving. So to fix this habit, what I will say is that we have to create the mindset, right? That the ball is always returning and coming back. Always hitting the ball and waiting for the next ball to come. Like put in your mind that even if you give a hard or like powerful shot, don't think that the ball is not gonna come back. Like it happens all the time that we are not expecting the ball back and then it comes back and it just surprises us, right? If you follow these like simple tips, I'm very sure it's gonna help your game a lot. Bad habit number 3, which is gonna be not watching the ball, right? Normally, I'm gonna see a lot of players that they hit the ball and they just don't look at the ball. I don't know, they might look something else, but never to the ball. So sometimes you might feel that you see the ball coming right to your racket and you're gonna hit it and you missed it, right? It's because of when the ball is coming, you actually stop watching the ball. But at least like try to watch the ball when it's coming so you can create that habit of always looking where the ball's coming and then moving towards the ball to hit it. By watching the ball is the only way that you can see the different spins or different rotations that the ball is coming with, right? Any side spin, any top spin, any underspin. Watching the ball can also tell you the power and the trajectory of the ball, depending a lot on what your opponent is doing. So in general, it gives you a lot of advantages towards what to do with your movement and your stroke. So basically, the solution for this bad habit will be to constantly be focused on looking at the ball when it's coming and then when you hit it and where you're actually hitting the ball, right? Make sure you apply this habit of watching the ball. Our bad habit number 4 will be ball placement, right? Many times we have the habit of just placing the ball at places that are very predictable for the opponent. And what I mean by this is that even if you don't want to, most of your game is kind of predictable by hitting the ball or either always diagonal, like forehand, or backhand. And what I mean by this is that even during the game, when you serve, let's say that you serve and your forehand attack is always to the forehand. So your opponent will most likely get used to your game and your game is gonna come very predictable. So how we can improve this, right? What I suggest is that you start doing different angles, backhand and forehand. So make sure that when you are training, you use deep angles, right? Middle, when you push, when you flick, right? You want to create a game that is not that predictable for the opponent. Our bad habit number 5 will be not changing the speed. I am naming it just the speed, but I'm actually including other elements such as power, a spin, trajectory, and the speed of the ball, of course. Just making sure that our balls are not that predictable, or our game in general is not just too fast, like hitting powerful balls all the time, or just too slow, right? You have to be able to have variation in your shots, and also variations in the spin that you put on the ball. Against players, you might be more effective just hitting the ball slow or slowing down the whole game. And against other players, it might be better to just go and play faster, maybe because the other player is slower. So basically, adding and combining all these different elements in your practice, it's gonna help you as well to implement them when you go to a match. Using the same speed, the same spin, the same power, the same trajectory of the ball, it might also become very predictable to your opponents and they might get used to your game really quick. So what I suggest and I recommend is that during your trainings, you start doing changes in the speed and the power of the ball. The different angles that you use as well might be very effective when it comes to changing all these 5 elements. Thank you guys for coming to my channel and watching my video. If you like this video, feel free to share it with your friends. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions or comments about this video or any of my other videos, please feel free to add them in the comments below. I will try to read and answer all of them.